Hello everybody, what is up, and welcome to the one and only episode 7 of the official PlayStation podcast for PlaystationFollower, the PS Procast. My name is Christian Buckley, and I'm joined by my fellow PSF member, Omar Nakvi.
Hello.
If you don't know, as always, the PS Procast is where myself, Omar, and some PSN friends here or there get together every week to talk everything PlayStation and the gaming industry in general every week. This week, again, we're trying some new things when it comes to format, so please bear with us. We're getting our legs in the water. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but, yeah, that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're under 20 episodes, so we can still play around with some things. But, how you doing, Omar?
Pretty well, you?
I'm doing well. It's a nice day out, just got a coffee. How's your week been game-wise?
I've been playing a lot of that Persona.
Me too.
Because it's great.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that through the rest of the podcast. But first off, last week, I should mention that we started off with the drop post. We're not doing that now. You're listening to this Monday, the 10th of April. Tomorrow, there should be a full separate video on everything new coming to PSN for this week. So we're gonna get right into news of the past week. First off, though, the Xbox Scorpio, or Project Scorpio, I should say, was revealed through Digital Foundry.
Yeah, it was. That was weird.
It was weird. It's powerful, though.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Digital Foundry probably would have leaked the specs soon enough anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So is this just Microsoft just getting out in front of it?
I think it's that, but it's for goodwill with fans.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, like, I don't know who cares that much about the specs.
Yeah.
Like, they're interesting, but I don't know how to read them.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a video right now that should be posting this coming week. It's comparing the stats of the PS4 Pro versus the Xbox Project Scorpio when it comes to specs and everything. So I gave myself a bit of a lesson in CPU, GPU, GDDR5, whatever they use.
Yeah.
But I really don't know, have a full grasp on what that means. But, so from what my knowledge is, it's a powerful console, but since the video is coming later in the week, I mainly want to talk about the actual reveal and how they went about it. I watched it the morning it came out. It was an interesting approach. It felt very like it was Digital Foundry that had the...
It was a super
decisions.
Digital Foundry video.
Yeah.
Like, it was as Digital Foundry as you can possibly get.
Rewinding back to 2013, when the PS4 was announced, they didn't show it at first, right? They just talked about it.
Yep.
Okay, so that's not too weird or out of the blue for a company to just mainly go over the main components of a console without showing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It's just a reveal, right? I mean, we already knew this thing's being made.
Yeah.
And last year at E3, they kept on saying the stuff about 6 teraflops. Like, I feel like we know about this. It's fine. It's not a proper reveal, but you already know it's happening, so.
Right.
Like, we knew the Switch specs before we knew the name, right?
For the most part, yeah. Most of those leaks ended up being true.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on the Scorpio deal, but what do you think their decision to go with this means of revealing for the actual console? In my own personal opinion, them announcing the specs right now allows for the public to be interested and see like how the whole it's so powerful aspect goes out. And then once E3 comes around, they go back on some of the things they promised last year at E3 about it being a part of the Xbox One family, and now push this as the Xbox 2 or the 720 or whatever. Because I feel like getting the power and impressiveness out of the way allows them to be like, hey, since it's so powerful, we're kind of just going to move on and make this our next-gen console.
Oh, you feel like it might be the next-gen kind of thing?
Yeah. I think that's our only option right now.
Man, I've been kind of reading into it also with, like, knowing a little bit about, not knowing a lot, but like kind of getting the general, what people that actually do know what specs mean, think of it. And I see a lot of people mad about the Jaguar core or something, because that means that it's the same CPU as the Xbox, which also would like imply the compatibility stuff, right? So
actually,
Is it not a Jaguar?
No, the Xbox One, and I believe the One S uses Jaguar cores, and so does the PS4 Pro. But the Scorpio uses custom x86 chips, which are cores, and I think that's NVIDIA. I'm not sure.
No, that's I think that's still. Well, it doesn't mean that it can't be Jaguar, but I don't know. It just seems like they're ensuring that it can play all the Xbox One games.
Yeah, and
so I just feel I don't know. Yeah.
I think it's going to be, as far as backwards compatibility goes,
right.
I think that's a big strong suit for them right now. So I'm sure it's going to be there. And moving forward, remember when they announced the Scorpio? They said that Scorpio games can be played on the One and the One S, and then the Scorpio can play Xbox One and One S games. Whatever they were mentioning about that, I think they forwards compatibility that they promised is not going to be present unless they, or once they officially reveal it. I think that's why we're getting the power out now.
Yeah, I wonder, because like I don't know, man. There's not really any reasons to buy an Xbox right now when you have like a PC or anything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. Because their Play Anywhere program, that's sort of killing their own console.
It's killing their console, but again, they're making sales off of it from PC players now, so I don't know how it's doing for them. Yeah, I certainly appreciate it. But
yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's doing well because if people, like, I'm never going to get into PC gaming, so if I wanted an Xbox, I'd buy an Xbox for the games. So, but like my brother, I was talking to him about the Scorpio, and he said that he'd consider it, and I was like, oh, well, you know, the Play Anywhere thing lets you get like Halo 6 on your PC, you know, so it's weird because he has a strong PC, so it's like a weird in between when it comes to who they're going after.
Yeah, and also like it's just they're going to try and sell like a pretty powerful machine for like a lot of money, right? Probably.
Yeah. Like
$500 is the rumor price point.
Yeah, I've seen things from 500 to 700 based on what this tech
I can't see. Especially Microsoft. Like, remember how the Xbox One did in the first, like, few months?
Right, and they sold that at a loss, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know if they do that again.
I don't know. Selling any kind of machine, even if it's more powerful, for $500 seems like a mistake right now.
Just look at the PS3.
Yeah.
Remember how terrible that sold for the first, like, couple of years?
Right. The first few years, I'd say, yeah.
Because the 360 was affordable.
Yeah, 360 launched at, like, 400 and PS3 was, like, 600?
Yeah, when I actually got my 360, I think it was 200 maybe.
Yeah.
And then I ended up selling it for my refurbished PS3, which was like the same price I got my 360 for at the time.
Yeah.
It's like it took a while for the PS3 to finally get their act together, I think, once the Slim came out.
Consoles, like, right now we're at that point too, where it's like PS4s are like $240 or something.
Yeah, they're like
that's a pretty good deal, man.
Cheap
right
now.
I don't know.
And most of them are bundled.
Yeah. You get like a copy of Uncharted 4 or something with your new PS4, and you're set for like a few hours.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm interested. I hope the Scorpio is handled well, I guess.
Yeah, I still think their marketing is so messy, man. Like, you know, the whole thing about you don't know about whether games are exclusives or not.
Yeah, and it's weird because I feel like last year they did so well until the Sony conference happened, but for Microsoft, I thought they did a good job last year with their showing.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, but also the Scorpio reveal at E3 last year was pretty weird. It was like they just had a video of their engineers talking about 6 teraflops for a while.
Yeah, and I mean...
And like Fallout 4 VR, I guess.
I mean, it's weird. I think most of it came from how much I love Phil Spencer as the head of Xbox.
Yeah.
Because his enthusiasm and his delivery and his approach to, like, a genuine interest in making this console what the gamers want, I think that made it show very well. But again, I think a year later, when they actually reveal the Scorpio, it's not going to be what they promised.
I hold him responsible for killing Scalebound. I probably shouldn't. But he is the guy in my head right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's nice on Twitter, though, I think.
I hope Xbox does well, because then that means PlayStation will...
Yeah, I really do hope Xbox would be, you know, bigger in the game at this point right now. Because Sony is a bit kind of cocky, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, what they need is like someone. Competition's good in this. Console wars are stupid. They shouldn't be real.
No, it's just competition, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah, like if one is better than the other, it pushes the other to be better.
yeah, I think so.
So if Xbox does great, then that means the PS5 will try to beat it.
Like, imagine if like the Xbox One was doing the best right now with the 360 compatibility. Do you think that would have pushed Sony to get on that?
100%.
Yeah, like
I think even with Gaikai, they would have been like, okay, we need to get
yeah,
backwards compatibility to happen. But
I'd love it to happen.
yeah, I think next year or next PlayStation systems is going to be very consumer friendly when it comes to backwards compatibility. I feel like they have to.
I mean, I assume the next PlayStation system is like, you know, a souped up PS4, right? But like way super powered.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can run all the PS4 games, but like it'll be enough. Like you won't get the guarantee that PS5 will run on PS4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That basically wraps up Scorpio news for this week. Until E3, I'm probably not going to do a lot of mentions of it, aside from the video I'm doing later this week.
I hope they call it that.
The Scorpio, yeah, that'd be a cool name.
Yeah, that'd be
Xbox
great.
Scorpio.
Like where they just like said, we're going say bye to the Xbox branding. Now it's all Scorpios.
I think they'd still use the Xbox name, so Xbox Scorpio.
I think they'll just call it the Xbox One like Pro or something equivalent.
The next box. The next box.
Yeah. The 720.
I hope I call it the 720. But yeah, moving forward this week, we have a lot of game news. Some fun things, some not so fun things. But we did mention both of us are playing through Persona 5.
Yeah, man.
And as good as it is, there's some very weird publicity speak going on about Persona 5 right now. I don't know if you've seen all of it.
I've looked into it somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've been kind of deep into my game, so.
Yeah, so I got an email when we got our codes, and this doesn't just apply to reviewers and us. This goes for everybody. Every single person who has the game.
Yeah.
There were a few extra things because of embargoes, but we're past that now. So I'm going to run through all of this, then we can talk about it. So for video content in Persona 5, if anyone wants to make a video about Persona 5 and post it online, this is exactly what they said in the email. And I think they posted on Twitter. You can post however many additional videos you'd like. Please limit each video to at most to 90 minutes in length. That's fair, right? 90 minutes of a game.
I think so. And plus they said like they can be just the game or with your voice too, right?
Yeah, that's another different thing too.
Yeah, sorry.
Or no, it's fine. It's just something else.
But yeah, I feel like that seems reasonable to me, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to make... I mean, most people post the first hour, you know?
Right. Some people. Definitely not us, though.
Yeah. Well, not when it comes to Persona, at least.
Not Persona, no. We tried.
Next up, no major story spoilers, and I'll leave that up to your good judgment.
Yeah.
If you need some guidelines on what showing would spoil, don't show the ending segments of each palace. While you can show initial interactions between Yusuke, avoid his awakening scene, and the whole deal with the paintings. Also, don't post anything about Goro. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
But I guess they don't want anyone to know about that.
I guess not. I don't know. I guess they're just like, yeah. They seem like they're being a bit too cautious about it, but
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
Like what? It's gonna be like probably like a 100-hour RPG, right?
I think some people I follow on Twitter were mentioning that they're 110 hours in right now, and they're just going to the final boss right now.
Okay.
I know I mentioned not showing the end of each palace, but you can grab footage from the Kamoshida boss fight to reference that he's the first boss. However, don't capture video from the end of each boss battle. I guess that's fair. I mean, like, the designs are cool and unique, so I wouldn't want to get that spoiled.
It's whatever.
Must not focus solely on cutscenes / animated scenes. You should prominently feature dungeon crawling, spending time in Tokyo, and confidants. I mean, based on the PS4 architecture, we're not allowed to share anything, really, besides the first 10 minutes of the game. So, the game is split up between actual gameplay and dialogue sections, and then for major story beats, they have like an anime style cutscene.
Yeah, there's very few of them, but yeah, for the major ones or whatever they felt like doing, those are there.
It's I probably ran into like 3 or 4 of them so far, and I'm like 20 hours in.
Yeah.
So it's not all the time. It's just, like I said, they're there, and they did the same thing with Catherine, right?
Like all the Persona games are like that actually. Like I think.
Oh, with the anime.
Yeah, they all have them.
Last up for video content, please provide context over the video. Do not be straight gameplay.
Oh, I thought they did allow straight gameplay for at least the first bits. No.
I'm assuming the first 10 minutes are fine. We didn't get any copyright strike or content ID thing for when we posted our first 10 minutes, so...
Yeah.
I mean, if they're allowing that... We'll get into this after.
Okay.
Streaming content, though, for streamers. This being a Japanese title with solely a single playthrough story means Japan is very wary about this. Sharing is currently blocked through the native PS4 UI. However, if you do plan on streaming, video guidelines above apply except for length. If you decide to stream past 7/7 in the game, which is July 7th, I highly recommend you not do this. You have been warned, in all caps. Okay, so that's everything about the guidelines of sharing. First off, I think that last sentence is hilarious.
It's pretty funny, yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. It's like a copyright strike? I
think you can claim it or get a channel strike. At best, I think you can get a content ID claim. It seems like this is dated thinking.
I mean, this seems kind of backwards at this point, especially too. Mm-hmm. But this game came out in Japan like in September, right?
Yeah, it came out like half a year ago.
So I assume all the details have been out there for a while, but also when it came out in Japan, it had the same disable on streaming though too.
Yeah, but the only other thing I can say to that is when I was posting our first 10 minutes, I was going around to see if there were other footage of the first beginning hour, because where I got cut off, I didn't like where it got cut off. I wanted at least 2 more minutes so we could better round out the end of the video.
Yeah.
Because literally, I just ran up the stairs and it showed maybe 3 minutes worth of gameplay.
Right.
And once I ran up the stairs past the guy you had to hide from, it just cut off. So, yeah. Essentially with Twitch and streaming, it being so helpful, I guess, in promoting games, it seems like they're just hurting themselves because Persona could blow up.
I honestly feel like Persona kind of blew up, at least in the West, because of because this website streamed like all of Persona 4 in like 2009. Mm-hmm. I remember the Giant Bomb did their endurance run of it. Mm-hmm. It was like 100 hours long, and they put the entire game out on YouTube.
Oh wow!
In a time where no one was really doing that.
Wow, that's crazy.
So like I feel like, is that why Atlas got so freaked out for Persona 5?
I don't know, because the thing is, I feel like the only thing, like, you're taking away from free promotion.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think that only helps the company with Persona, especially.
Yeah, these games have like all sorts of twists and turns.
Yeah,
usually.
And
like
I can go through it right now. I finished the first Palace, and so much about that first 20 hours of this game is so unique, and I didn't see any of it online except maybe some of the Tokyo exploration stuff. But yeah, some of the stuff they show off, like the design of Kamoshida as a boss.
Yeah,
I love it.
So good. All the designs, man.
Yeah, the designs are actually very great to this game.
Yeah.
Stylish.
Like the principal of the school.
He looks like the Penguin.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I laughed my ass off the first time he showed up. It was so funny.
If they're telling people not to show certain characters or places, they're already spoiling and revealing it to the public.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing.
Yeah, it's dumb more than anything.
And it sucks for us because we both wanted to get some Persona content out there and do some stuff with that.
Yeah.
So it's an extra hurdle to go over, but
we'll just do it with a cell phone camera all over the TV.
Yeah. Make a
flash on.
Make a PowerPoint of slideshow and record it with QuickTime.
Yeah. I saw a really funny tweet actually that was like, someone like typed in like hashtag Persona 5, hashtag PS4 share, and it was a doodle on his notepad of like the turn-based combat menu.
That's great.
It was awesome.
But yeah, Persona 5 is I like it a lot.
It's so good.
It is very good. It's a very good game.
You don't get these games too often.
Yeah, we don't. So that's the other thing. Like, I just wish there'd be more. Because the thing is, so many people are tweeting about it, how much they love it right now. The reviews are great, but it's so restricted on some of the stuff you can share. And I know a lot of people aren't going to have individualized experiences with this game because it is sort of linear, I guess.
Yeah.
You can only really change who you focus on building your friendships with. That's the distinction. But there are certain scenes or screenshots of stuff that I wish I could just post on Twitter because it's hilarious.
Yeah, the writing and localization is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, remember how with Yakuza they had the chicken video?
Right, yeah, totally.
I think there's been so many instances in this game so far where it, like a minute or 2 minutes segment that I wish I could have just shared on Twitter, and that will help sell like 10 more copies, you know?
Definitely. And they're both put up by Sega too, so.
Yeah, which is so weird.
I don't think this game's going to be as big enough as like you'd walk into like a store and overhear someone spoiling the game for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think Atlas is dumb for this, but I wonder if it's just like they just don't care about how this game does in the West because they're making it for a Japanese audience anyways.
Yeah, it's huge in Japan.
Like, yeah, they have these huge concerts for it, which are just on the music in the game.
It's even bigger. Like, it's past the popularity of Final Fantasy in Japan, which is crazy.
I don't know.
No, like, I'm pretty sure it has. Like,
yeah, I don't think 15 did like super well over there. Like, it was. I remember seeing it like discounted on Twitter like pretty soon after in Japan.
Yeah, I know after 13, I'm pretty sure the goodwill towards Final Fantasy shifted and Persona 4 Golden stole it. Like, that time of release was paired.
Yeah, right. That's another thing, too. Japan's pretty big on the Vita.
Yeah, so. But speaking of Final Fantasy, last Sunday, as of recording this, so not yesterday, but last Sunday, April 3rd, WrestleMania happened. The hosts of this year's WrestleMania, a tag team group called the New Day. You're familiar with the New Day, right?
Of course. Up, up, down, down.
Yes, Xavier Woods.
The greatest YouTube channel for gaming there is.
Xavier Woods of Up, Up, Down, Down fame. Very good channel. He basically, since they're on the road all the time for their shows, he does a lot of content with the other WWE superstars because a lot of them actually like games.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is a big gamer. Last year at WrestleMania 32, they did a WWE 2K17 tournament on the Titantron.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, so the reason I bring this up is because they hosted the WrestleMania 33, and somewhere towards the beginning, they came out dressed in different class outfits from Final Fantasy XIV, which is the MMO, and they had Xavier Woods' trumpet and an ice cream cart. There were stuffed animals of chocobos and moogles all over the place. Because Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, which is the new expansion for the MMO, they sponsor WrestleMania.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so there were a lot of commercials for it too, between segments of the show. And yeah, they had...
That's so crazy, actually. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just them up to like no good wearing some Final Fantasy stuff. So they actually funded it?
Yeah, they were a sponsor. It was them and Snickers, I think.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Well,
what made them see like the overlap between wrestling and Final Fantasy XIV and MMO?
Well, the thing here is the WrestleMania audience is normally the IWC, which is the Internet Wrestling Community, and
okay,
they're the ones buying the tickets for. It's not like the people, hey, WWE is in town, we'll go to that. It's like a hardcore group, and there's a big overlap there between them and like gamers.
I always feel like whenever wrestling happens on Twitter, every gaming personality I follow turns into a wrestling man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's overnight.
It's a big...
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, and actually it convinced me to check it out, so I might check out that expansion.
I think it actually got a trial recently, or like not... Like it always had a trial, but now it's like an unlimited trial or something.
I think it's like up to level 10.
Yeah, something like that. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of want to check it out now because... It seems cool. It was really funny, though, because Xavier Woods clearly knew what it was about. He's obviously a gamer, but the announcer, Michael Cole, he was like, they've got chocobos and moogles. It was like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. There's a few other things I want to mention this week as far as news goes. So next on the list is the Andromeda patch, 1.05, I think.
Yeah, I have no idea. It was a patch in like a lineup of announcements, right, for the next few months, is what they said.
Yeah, so there are more options and variety in the character creator, improvements to hair and general appearance for characters, ongoing improvements to cinematic scenes and animations, improvements to male romance options for Scott Ryder, adjustments to conversations with certain characters, fixing the zigzag running pattern of Ryder. So mostly cosmetic changes. They fixed the eyes and the skin textures also, which helps a lot.
So wait, in this first patch, they've changed some of the options for male Ryder?
The romance options, yeah, I think.
So like, have they actually like changed some of the characters' like sexualities, like in this first patch?
That's what I'm guessing. I haven't looked into it too far.
That sounds kind of like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
so like it makes me feel like all this stuff just should have been done, and they just didn't want to delay the game.
Yeah, it seems like something like that would have like had to be in the pipeline for a while, I assume.
Yeah, because hearing this, like what this patch does, and having my experience with the game done,
yeah,
I feel like if I was playing an early access game, you know.
Right. I mean, this game needs some patches for sure.
Yeah.
Even if you dug it, like, I don't think anyone's gonna say, "Hey, it's perfectly fine."
Yeah, it's frustrating because they should have just delayed this game.
That's what I thought was gonna happen, right?
Yeah, and everyone thought that.
Yeah.
No one believed it was gonna come out on March 21st, and it did.
It did. It did. Even the investors call, like, I think it was like, not last quarter, but like the one before that when they were talking about Mass Effect. The guy was like, "We'll be fine to delay Mass Effect if we want to."
Yeah.
But they didn't, so I don't know.
If they push this at least two more months and they made it a summer game, honestly, if they push this to the fall even.
Fall is pretty competitive right now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so is early spring.
That's actually really true.
Like, there's so many better games out right now than Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I think Mass Effect Andromeda was like the first one that was like, that didn't live up to expectations.
Yeah, so I really do think that, I mean, hindsight's 20/20 on this, but like they should have just delayed it into the fall. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Andromeda, it does have a story DLC coming, so I mean, I guess that's good that they're fixing the actual issues with the game before more story comes out.
Totally. We should do a new segment where like we have the Mass Effect patch and No Man's Sky patch update. Like every few months or whatever they come out.
Yeah. Compare.
Yeah. It's like a weather forecast thing.
Yeah, one thing that is kind of not redundant, but like it seems pointless is more options and variety in character creation. Like everyone's made characters already.
What's up?
In the patch they added more options for character creation.
Yeah.
Everybody's made their characters already.
Oh yeah, that's true too. I don't know. At least it's there for like, I don't know, when I pick this up in like the summer.
Yeah.
But the character creators didn't look great. But also like at this point I just want to play as like a default Rider or Shepherd.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care.
I went with default.
Yeah, I also don't really like the way the defaults look though.
The patch fixed the eyes, and that honestly goes miles for how different this looks now.
Yeah, I bet.
Honestly,
I bet.
Like, I'm not exaggerating. It looks 10 times better.
Yeah, I believe you. Do the eyebrows, do they move now, or is that still?
I think they changed some of the lip syncing problems.
Oh, cool.
So there are more things that weren't on this patch recap, but some of the things are smaller. Again, overall, this makes me feel like they should have just delayed the game.
Yeah. What are you gonna do though? I don't know if it would have done better with like. It seems like also like you could delay the game, but people aren't really that into the new story or like many of the characters.
Honestly, I feel like part of that is because of how technically broken and unsound the game was.
That makes sense too, yeah.
Most of my issues with the game came from the technical side of things.
Yeah.
So
I just don't know if it would have done better like next to Destiny and like Red Dead.
I feel like if they delayed it to at least June, all the technical issues could have been ironed out.
Yeah.
And would have been better.
I feel like everything would like be better if it came out in the summer. Only because like I don't know why games don't come out during that period.
Yeah, I think it's probably because of sales.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like that's when all the kids are out of school, right? And you can just get them to buy a game. I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's because they're thinking people are spending monies on blockbusters.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of blockbusters and summer movies, we got some Marvel news.
Oh, right.
Doing great with segues this week.
Yeah.
Marvel Heroes Omega. It is a PS4 version of the MMO, I guess. Marvel Heroes.
It's like an MMO. I don't know. It's like it's a Diablo Torchlight kind of game.
Right. So it's a free-to-play game coming to PS4 first. It's basically Ultimate Alliance, but not.
It's Ultimate Alliance, but a lot better in terms of feeling and play, I think.
Have you played it?
I messed with it on PC a bit. Like, this was a couple years ago. But, like, it felt like a pretty good Diablo clone, you know? Like,
yeah,
it worked.
And, I mean, I love Marvel, so once this comes over, I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, it's cool. I think it's one of the better Marvel licenses. Actually, you know what? Maybe not, because, like, Marvel games are pretty good usually. But, like, that's a cool thing.
They showed the trailer off, and I remember what this was like when it was first announced. It was focused on the comics, I guess, but like looking now at the animations and the models, it looks more like
MCU.
Yeah,
I think they started doing that. Like I remember like the Winter Soldier when that came out. I think they put outfits from that movie in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can buy skins for the game, like different versions, like they had in Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah,
you can get like Iron Spider-Man. Or stuff like that. Speaking of the MCU sort of thing, this trailer showed off Loki and Star-Lord, the bigger names, and basically looking the same as the MCU.
Like, do you think they have like the Tom Hiddleston license and stuff?
Well, it's like the same outfit that Loki wears.
The same face though?
It was like vaguely similar.
Oh, okay.
It was like long face, weird nose, long hair.
Yeah, he has a distinctive face, I feel like, so.
Yeah, it was like almost there, and then the Guardians thing, it was basically looking like every single animated version of Chris Pratt's Star-Lord looks.
Oh, yep, okay.
And he had like the Walkman, and he did a dance off.
Of course.
So it's like they're going after that. They did show the X-Men though, which I was surprised about.
That is surprising.
Considering how much Marvel hates
right
like anything X-Men, they don't want to promote Fox.
Yeah.
They'll give no stage to the X-Men.
Plus, like, the other Marvel movie game coming out this year, supposedly, is one that got heavily criticized for not including the X-Men, right? With Marvel versus Capcom 3? Or Infinite? 4.
I heard they're adding that as DLC, the X-Men.
That was a rumor, but, yeah, I wonder. Because, like, also, I mean, I feel like the X-Men are that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, putting them as DLC afterwards feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, Street Fighter V is kind of like that, too. So, I don't know. Capcom, whatever.
It's funny you mentioned that other Marvel game coming in 2017, though.
Oh, yeah?
Because we also have rumors of another Marvel game coming in 2017. So, Ryan Penagos, if I'm saying that right, is the Vice President of Digital Media for Marvel. And this past week, he was shown on a live stream, I think, and he was talking about games in 2017 for Marvel. He mentioned Marvel, Telltale's Guardians, but he also mentioned Insomniac's SpiderMan as being a 2017 game. And since then, the Insomniac Twitter account has said that there is no official release window time frame that's been announced. And that's everything there is on this.
Yeah. I will be surprised if that game comes out this year still, but that'd be nice, though.
Yeah, him being the position he's in and saying that, it makes me think, it seems like he knows something.
Probably, right, yeah.
And he didn't realize he shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how much there is to take on here, but if Spider-Man's this year, that's awesome.
That'd be great.
I guess at what time the movie release, actually?
Yeah, come out on the Blu-ray and get the Spider-Man game. 2-1 pack.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming is July, I think.
July 7th is the date I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, so by the time the Blu-ray comes out, the game should be coming out, because that would be like October, so it would beat the fall rush.
Do you know the Blu-ray for the hottest release this year, Get Out, comes out in May?
Really?
I thought that was pretty soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited. But yeah, Spider-Man, I'm really excited for both the movie and the game.
Yeah, same.
Like, game, I'll probably enjoy way more, but the movie looks pretty sick, though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Very psyched about it, but,
You know what's a good Spider-Man game you could be playing right now?
Web of Shadows.
Nah, man. Persona 5. You totally are just superheroes, though, man. I don't know. I love the vibes in that game so much.
Yeah. It's very, very good.
Great game.
So, that's going to wrap news this week.
Okay.
Overall, pretty solid week for news.
Yeah.
Surprised that some of the bigger things have been happening recently, getting closer to E3.
Yeah.
Closer to
It's
the
been
media
like
blowout.
a little over 2 months.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next segment of the show, I want to play a game. What this week's game is, I'm calling it Buy It or Backlog It. So we're going to be going through games that have come out this year. And if you missed it, for like audience people, we're going to tell you if you should buy it or backlog it.
That sounds cool.
And if neither of us have played it, we can pass it. I wrote down most of the major releases that have come out this year. So first off, Resident Evil 7.
I would buy that. I did buy that, actually.
Yeah, I rented it. So
Yeah.
I'd say it's something you can probably finish in a weekend.
Totally.
I finished it in a weekend. I backlog it. Wait for a good, nice weekend. Play through it. If you have some slow time in the summer, want to get through something, try this out.
Yeah, I also feel like, though, that game is like so weird for Capcom and Resident Evil in general that I feel like it's kind of worth supporting too.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, plus they have that DLC coming out soon, right? The Not a Hero.
Oh, God, yeah, that's next month, I guess, right?
Yes, I mean, like, you could just hold off till then.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I played that.
It's a pass for me because I haven't played it, so I'll.
Yeah, I think it's cool, but also, like, I would just wait for later. Like, I don't know if any games, like, it's a good, like, open world game, I guess, where you shoot stuff and it's like a Far Cry, you have an objective, and it has a cool story, but I would just wait and play that in the summer right now. I don't know. I played it, like, a week after I played through Zelda. I think that kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Is this another, like, good, very good, solid open world game with objectives and stuff to do?
Yeah, I feel that. Next up, though, is Kingdom Hearts 2.8/1.5 plus 2.5 HD.
Yeah.
Backlog this. Wait for a good chunk of downtime. You have perfect summer game to play through, especially if Kingdom Hearts 3 is soonish.
Yeah, you said that's... I don't know if that's true.
I mean... There was a rumor about March 2018, so I'm going to hold on to that.
Right, but, like, I'm just saying Square Enix, man.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know.
That's when you can backlog. Get to that if you have a good amount of time off. They're great games. I love them. I would say buy it, but there's just so much stuff right now. And in that package specifically, there's so much content.
There's, like, 4 big games, right?
I think there's 5. Including 2.8.
Well, there's like 4 games and then the 2 movies, though, right?
No, because there's 1.5 is 2 full games in a movie. 2.5 is 2 full games in a movie. 2.8 has a full game,
right.
A prologue, and a movie.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like 5.5 games there.
I don't think Kingdom Hearts 1 holds up that well anymore.
It's more rough around the edges. 2 is a masterpiece, though.
2 is still great. I love it.
Yeah, 2 is so good. Next up, though, is Yakuza 0.
Buy it. That's a demand.
Yeah.
Please buy it. It's so good.
I'm gonna buy it.
It's so good.
I don't know when.
Good.
But yeah.
Like, has one of the most, like, one of the best stories I've seen in games. Some of the best characters. Like, an awesome, like the combat is, like, fine. It's playable. It's fun sometimes, but it's whatever. You're there to get that story and those characters because it's so entertaining and good. Like, you saw that chicken video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's got so much stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy that we're getting both Yakuza 0 and Persona 5 in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially getting, like, 2 Yakuza games and 1 Persona 5 in a year is even crazier.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's such a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be my game of the year if Persona 5 didn't come out. But Persona 5 came out.
Yeah.
So.
Next up, though, is Neo. Did you play Neo?
No, I just bought it because it was like $35.
All right.
It looks really good. I don't know. I love Team Ninja when they were good, right?
Yeah.
Like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Some fantastic games. They fell off, in my opinion, with Ninja Gaiden 3 and all those crappy Dead or Alive games. Screw those.
Yeah, well, I haven't played it.
I hate those. I hate those. What?
I haven't played it, so I'm going to pass on it. Next up, though, is Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Oh, I didn't play this.
Yeah, and I'm thinking this one's going to be lost to the ages.
Yeah, I can't say I've heard too much about it recently.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun with it. Honestly, I don't even know if I'd say backlog this. I'm going to add something. You know what? Buy a backlog or just forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about Wildlands. There's so many things right now that just don't bother with it.
Yeah.
There's so many better things out right now. Next up, though, is Danganronpa 1-2 Reload. Buy that.
Yeah, you should buy that. If you haven't played those games, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, you can get through one of them probably in a week.
Yeah, I mean, they're decently lengthy, but also, like, they move. Like, I think they're well-paced.
They are very well-paced.
Like, it always has me, like, on my seat.
It's like a very good season of a TV show. Like an HBO show, only 8 episodes. Really solid. I probably put in like 2 hours a night, and I finished in like 4 days.
Yeah.
Or for the first one, at least. The other one took a bit longer. Use that as a break between games. Just check it out. Mass Effect Andromeda is next.
I haven't played this.
Right.
So I would leave it to you.
So I say backlog it. Wait until it's more polished. Wait until all the kinks are ironed out. Just hold off on it. If you really want to check it out, backlog it. Wait until it's complete.
It feels like this category was made for this game.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. Just wait. It's there for you when it's there, right?
Yeah.
And it's buggy right now. They already said they're gonna patch it a bunch. Mm-hmm. Like, we probably would have said the same thing about No Man's Sky too. Just wait for it.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Mm-hmm. There's 2 more. Both of them came out this week.
Okay.
Parappa the Rapper.
Oh man, I don't know how I feel about this one.
I'd say buy it,
dude. So I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
That game's hard to play. Like, there's some input lag stuff on there that makes me like mess up all the songs.
I know, but like
I'm barely ever getting you rapping good. I'm mostly getting you rapping okay.
Yeah, well,
or you rapping bad.
The only thing is, it's always been there. Like, I played Parappa on the PS1.
Yeah.
There was still lag. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't.
The original game had some pretty bad lag. I mean, it's fun if you're into the whole vibe of it, and you want something fun, relaxing, play between games. Well, it is kind of tense, but if you want to coast through something, it's $15. I'd say buy it.
I tried coasting through that, but I got the cheap.
Yeah, that's like the one big hill to go over in this game. That's very hard.
Yeah, it's cool. It's also really cheap too. Well, actually, I think it's more like $15 now, which might be a bit overpriced. Mm-hmm. I might say, don't play Parappa the Rapper.
Really?
I might. I feel like the time has gone for that, man. Like, it's a cool vibe and awesome aesthetic, and I love it. But I just feel like the act actually playing Parappa at this point, it's not that great.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you have played Parappa before and you want to go for nostalgia, it's there.
Yeah.
That's the main reason I'm going to get it.
You know what you could do? There's a dynamic theme for Parappa the Rapper on PS4 right now. That's like $2.
Oh, yeah.
And that will give you everything you need from Parappa the Rapper without actually playing it. It's pretty great.
Last up, though, is Persona 5.
Buy it. Right? Just buy it.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to say. Just buy it.
I'd say buy it if you don't have anything else right now.
I say stop playing all the other games you're playing right now and play Persona 5. Like, backlog those games.
Yeah, exactly. So that's buy it or backlog it.
I'm sorry.
What? I said that's buy at a backlog, and that's the end.
Okay.
Most of those ended up being backlog, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the only ones that said backlog too, other than like, I don't know, like Horizon, was because Persona 5 was out right now and you should play that right now.
Yeah, it is tough just because this year, honestly, it overwhelms me at this point because I have no idea what to give my attention to.
Like, if Yakuza 0 or like Nier came out last year, they may have been my game of the years, you know? But this year is tough, man.
Yeah, this is really hit after hit.
Yeah, and I feel like Persona 5 is like a really big hit. Like, this is one of the best games I've ever played. To be fair, I felt the same way about Breath of the Wild too. But like, these games are just like impeccably good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff right now.
Yeah.
But we did get one announcement of something to come later this year. And this is going to wrap up this week's episode. The Jak and Daxter series, mainline, so not Daxter, not Lost Frontier. So Precursor Legacy, Jak 2, Jak 3, Combat Racing, Jak X, all coming to PS4. PS2 to PS4 Classics is what's happening here. I'm excited about this because I don't have a PS3 anymore, and I love Jak and Daxter, my favorite PS2 games, and I can't wait to play them again and platinum them.
Sure. I would like to get the platinum in Jak and Daxter 1.
I had the platinum for the first one on PS3, but I never platinum 2 and 3.
Dude, I hear platinum 2 is going to be some work.
Yeah, it was. I think.
Also, you're playing Jak 2.
Yeah, I think. I was like halfway through 2, and trying to get a trophy towards the platinum. I swear it's broken.
Was this some racing trophy or something?
It was like some environment I think I was in, and I had to collect some stuff. So, yeah, it was just so hard. I ended up playing through the rest of 2 and 3 without going for the platinums on those.
Yeah.
A couple years back at PSX, though, I think this is where it started. Gio Corsi, one of the greatest human beings to work for PlayStation, as far as getting exclusives goes. He had this thing called #building the list, and it was a way for us to request games we want to see on PlayStation systems. I think there was a subsection of this for specifically PS2 to PS4 games.
Yeah.
But their whole list building thing, I haven't been too hot on.
Well, I feel like they've done a good job with it though. Like, did they make Shenmue 3 happen?
No.
Well, I think they did though.
No, they just gave them a stage for, I forget the guy's name, the director.
Yeah, Yu Suzuki or whatever.
Yeah, he wanted to do it, and it was his idea to do the Kickstarter, and PlayStation just gave them a stage to announce it. But yeah, this segment of the show is called, probably going to be recurring actually, it's I made it up, it's called #building the list better. So what we're going to do is run through, or actually each of us are going to pick a PS2 game, or a series of PS2 games that we want to see on PS2 Classics on the PS4. So, do you want to go first on this?
Sure, I'll say Metal Gear 2 and 3.
Alright, yeah, that's a good pick.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or I can take Metal Gear Solid 2 and you can take 3 if you want.
No, you can do both.
All right. Well, those are some great games.
Yeah.
2 might be my favorite game of all time. The only way to play those now is on a PS3. Well, not on the only way, but like they're not on PS4, Xbox One, or PC or anything. So I have to dig up a PS3 to play it.
A question.
Like, yeah.
Does the Xbox 360 collection work with the Xbox One backwards compatibility?
I don't think so.
Okay.
If it did, I would probably buy that immediately. Because that'd be novel. But no, I don't think so. Plus, Metal Gear Solid 4 still isn't anywhere, but that's not this topic. But
yeah, right, yeah.
But yeah, Konami, just do it. Come on, it's free money.
Yeah.
Right? It's I don't know.
The case with a lot of companies looking back on older games, the whole thing with like it's free money if you just add some trophies to it and upscale it.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that.
I think they actually do take some work with the PS2 to PS4 stuff. Like, it probably does cost some money to add trophies and up render it to HD or whatever.
Yeah, it does for sure, but at the same time,
It's such a minimal amount that they
Uh-huh.
would definitely make they definitely profit off of it. You know?
yeah, I mean, it's less work for them. They don't have to completely remaster it and remake it and reprint
Yeah.
it. They just have to paint over it and add some trophies,
Right.
you know?
Totally. I hate to admit that, but yes.
But, yeah, the one I was going to say, in the vein of the Jak series coming, I'd say Sly Cooper.
Sure.
Sly Cooper has that whole series, I love it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The first game is a bit different than the rest of them, but it's, like, very different. 2 and 3 are...
First Sly, like, didn't have the character switching stuff, right?
Right, first Sly, you just played as Sly. There were some mini games where you could play, or you had to protect Murray, or you could drive the van, or stuff like that.
Right.
Sly 2, oh my god, Sly 2 is such a good game.
I played the first one, like, years ago, I think, with that remaster.
2 and 3 are so good.
Yeah, I need to check them out. Sucker Punch is a good developer. They make good stuff.
Yeah, so I'd say Sly Cooper needs to make his way to PS4.
Yeah, and to that note, then, like, you know, why isn't Ratchet and Clank on PS4 yet? Like, up your arsenal and going commando at least?
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know.
Maybe they're waiting for next year.
I don't know. I feel like Sly would happen before Ratchet, though, just because Ratchet still is ongoing.
Yeah, but you're
so they
right,
might not want to,
right.
like, detract sales from the new Ratchet game by posting the old ones that people would want to buy instead.
That's true.
So,
That new one was good, though. I liked it.
yeah, I did too. It was just, like, Sly isn't going anywhere right now. So,
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, Sanzaru, I never played 4,
Yeah.
but I heard it was good.
Yeah, 4 is fine.
I just don't know how well it's sold, or if it warranted a 5th.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that came out end of PS3, I think, around then, right?
I just remember it was also on Vita, too.
Yeah.
That was really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to see Sly on PS4 and play through those again. It would be great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have the remaster done, and if they go the Jak route, which I'm assuming is just porting the digital file of the remake onto the PS4.
I think the Jak route is reporting the PS2 ISOs, right? Like the full-on discs, I think.
I don't know, because there's no confirmation
There's
yet.
not a confirmation, but I think that they keep on saying PS2 on PS4,
Right,
which is in line with all the other stuff.
the only thing is, I think some of the other things that they put on there, I think the ones that have had collections in the past use the upscaled collection version just ported.
I don't think so, because like I think the PS3 work is like that's a decent amount of work to do. That they probably release it as a full-on remaster package. Like I feel like this is
Maybe, yeah, I'm not sure, but we're not going to know, I guess, until it's out. So unless there's anything else you want to say about the PS2 Classics, I'd say that wraps this week's episode.
yeah, I'm good on that.
All right, well, this is the PS Procast. Like I said at the beginning, we release this weekly. Sometimes we do it in segments. Sometimes we post this as a full thing. We're not sure what's going on with it yet. We have an email, psfollowers@gmail.com. You can send us your questions or comments or recommendations. Anything you want to send there, go ahead. If you want to talk to us directly, we do have a Twitter. It's psfollowers, @psfollowers, actually, on Twitter. If you want to get to us directly and the fastest, that's the best way. We also have an Instagram. We post stuff on there like games we're playing, behind the scenes editing stuff. Just PlayStation love. It's @PlaystationFollower over on Instagram. My Twitter has been under my Ape Escape avatar the entire episode, so you can check that out. But yeah, is there anything you want to plug?
I think this was on Monday, but I made a review on Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Which we put up. Yeah, check that out. I don't know.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was your first one,
That
right?
was my first review. So take that in mind.
It has a good character to it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I say check that out. I have some stuff coming out this week. Both of us do actually.
Yeah, we got some stuff coming out this week.
Last week, though, I posted the first 10 minutes of Persona 5, as well as a Mass Effect Andromeda review. Unless you have anything else to say, that does it.
Nah, man, I think you should get out of here and play more Persona.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, greatness awaits, and we'll see you all in the next episode.